What's up, my knights? It's like a Dragon Knight here. And today is going to be part 4 to What If Naruto Was Trained by Ghost. Ghost. Before we jump in, like goal for this video is going to be 5. I have also, small note, I'm currently dealing with the last 6 weeks of school, so I need to be focused on that for the final tests. So, if recording is not available, I do apologize in advance. Anyway, let's go. Off. 2. Team 7. Team 7, Evan starts out the first month of Team 7. Happens a lot like in canon. D-rank missions and then teamwork training. Till finally, the beginning of the second month, Sasuke had enough and said, Kakashi, this isn't real training. In fact, this is making everyone bored here. And everyone can agree with it, even though Naruto is silently not holding in. Kakashi says, well, you guys need to get your teamwork up. Otherwise, how is it going to succeed? This is when Naruto butts in. That's true, Kakashi, but you haven't really taught us anything. At this point, the other teams already know tree walking and are ready to do it on water walking. Naruto deadpan looking at Kakashi. And Kakashi realizes in the back of his mind, oh, that's what the third Hokage meant about the 1 month teaching them chakra control. And Naruto says, alright, if you're not going to do anything, it looks like I have to pick up your slack. And Kakashi says, fine. I'll teach you basic chakra control and some basic E and D rank techniques. So, going to it, they teach some tree walking, though Naruto already knew it. But instead, he made 40 clones and had them do tree walking. Well, Naruto walks over to Kakashi and asks for a taijutsu spar. Now, before Kakashi did this, he gave 2 scrolls, one to Sakura and one to Sasuke. Since Kakashi doesn't know what jutsu they have, it's basically the E and D rank techniques that a few E and D rank techniques they have. He knows Sasuke has fire, so he gave Sasuke a few fire techniques and also maybe a couple of lightning techniques. Now for Sakura, Kakashi had to guess pretty much what Sakura's element is, and he guessed Earth, so a few Earth style jutsu for Sakura. Anyway, as to getting on, Kakashi's realizing as he's sparring with Naruto that I'm really out of shape at the beginning, is easily keeping up with me. And then Kakashi's thinking that after this, I need to up my own training as well. So for the next 2 months, events go like in canon, but Team 7 knows tree walking before Land of Waves. They also learned those techniques that are in the scroll. Naruto already knew a lot of them, but there are some in there that he couldn't ignore. And all of a sudden, in the middle of during when Naruto went to sleep, exactly 1 week before Land of Waves, Ghost appeared in his mind and says, Naruto, look at this. Naruto shows up basically all of what Naruto's knowledge from ninja jutsu all the way to taijutsu, and basically the rank order. However, since wood style and ice style aren't exactly the newest stuff, it hasn't been categorized into it. So here's what Naruto knows. Be mind, I'm only going to basically for regular ninja arts from E to A rank techniques, not S rank techniques. Well, E rank, clone, Naruto can't do that anyway, but he still has to scroll for it. Transformation, substitution, hopping, which only, in the actual anime, you see them tree hopping, that actually is a jutsu. That's instinctive. Chakra sensing, Naruto's got pretty good with that. Flying leaf blade is basically a quick draw technique with kunai and shuriken. And chakra strings, kind of like what Conqueror does to control his puppets. And finally, gentle collision. Now that jutsu was very helpful to Naruto because to use the jutsu successfully, you have to basically get used to getting hit by things, and gentle collisions basically reduces the amount of damage done by 20%, but if mastered, can reduce the impact by 75%. B rank, the Body Flicker Jutsu, Chakra Echolocation. Now, just to let you know, Chakra Sense is the pre-form of Chakra Echolocation. So when you fully master Chakra Sense, you can unlock Chakra Echolocation Jutsu. Next jutsu will be Chakra Suppression. After that, actually got from my dad the scroll known as Camouflage, as Naruto, Hinata, and read it. Good. Chakra Infusion. Basically, if someone's low on chakra, you can infuse your own chakra in the network to keep them stable. Well, very helpful when moving people that are on the field that have been injured. Good. The next jutsu would be Rope Escape, which basically, if you're tied by rope, you can use this jutsu to get out of any tight situations. Invisibility Escape, pretty much the same thing as Rope Escape. Chakra Bullet is basically a bullet made of pure chakra fired at the opponent. Manipulated Shuriken, where you basically have a chakra wire when you throw the shuriken and you manipulate it. Kind of like how Sasuke did in the fight against Orochimaru in the Forest of Death. Right. Shadow Shuriken is where you throw one big massive demon with a shuriken and silently threw 5 other shuriken beneath it. Right. And Viewing Screen. It's basically what the Hokage does when he's looking at his ball to look around the village. C rank, Poison Mist. Tornado Rasengan. Remember how I said Naruto didn't use the normal Rasengan? Well, that's because he made this variant, the Tornado. For C rank, Chakra Absorption, where you can absorb chakra. Striking Shadow Snake. Now, Naruto isn't a really good fan of that jutsu, but he gives that scroll and a few other scrolls that he has to Sasuke and Sakura to help them go up, but not anything that makes them like too overpowered. Just some standard stuff. Soaring, Sword Dance, which is another fancy word for using chakra like on your kunai and shuriken to make them like swords, essentially. So, Chakra Flow is basically like you pump chakra throughout the entire air. There's really small, tiny lights to light up a dark cave. Very useful. Yamato used this technique during Shippuden when they were looking in a deep, dark cave trying to find someone. And Twin Rising Dragons is a technique that Tenten has, but Naruto isn't really good with it, so he never uses it. That technique, which is very interesting. Even though Naruto has a good Fuin Jutsu, that technique, he doesn't trust with it. Puppetry, which Naruto, he's read the concept of it, and he made a puppet. And the comments got... Actually, you know what? I'm going to make 2 questions in the comments. One pertains to puppetry. 3. Spinning Fang, which is kind of like Fang over Fang, but Spinning Fang is basically you increase your speed drastically and you spin with your fists, like facing forward, kind of like a tornado fist. Skin of the Rhino basically increases the hardness of your skin, like Rhino with chakra. Wolf Fang Fist is just basically you launch your fist fast, like in a fast jabbing motion, like how a wolf strikes. Nice. The speed of the rabbit basically increases one's speed. Shadow Possession, Shikamaru actually let Naruto take a scroll for that one to read, and Naruto has gotten semi-good with it. Super Beast Scroll, Hidden Shadow Snake, and Telescope Jutsus. Naruto won't want those until during the 3-year time skip, but he will have them, like the scrolls for them. Shadow Clone Jutsu, Multi-Shadow Clones, Great Clone Explosion, Chakra Strength Enhancement, Solar Flare, Temporary Paralysis, Pervert Knockoff, Mind Reading, and to make things interesting, there is a version of Poison Mist that is B rank, but Naruto doesn't use that version because that version actually is lethal. Then finally A rank. Wild Lion's Mane, the Rasengan, because obviously Naruto knows it. Summoning, because Naruto obviously knows it. Shadow Shuriken Shadow clones, which are very helpful. And finally, Lightning Step. Now, if you're wondering why Lightning Step isn't in the Lightning Style Jutsu section, is mainly because of how it is. Now, I won't go reading stuff on its elements yet. I will put I will put in the description wind and water style like Jutsu, like basically what Naruto knows from E rank to B rank for those elements, like for all of his elements that he has. As that's level jutsu you can learn. He hasn't learned anything A rank for his elemental jutsus yet, because that'd be way too OP. Anyway, during that time, Team 7 actually got to do 2 C rank missions before the Land of Waves. One was to escort a merchant to the Land of Iron to pick up a shipment of swords, and 2 was a joint mission with Team 10 to find a group of missing urchins that disappeared along their route. That mission was very dangerous because that was the first mission that, at the beginning, were first to blood themselves. Naruto did very well under pressure, but I think anyone would lost their stomach after these teens had to fight a bandit camp with about 300 bandits. And unfortunately, Sakura and Ino at the same time had to take a life. And the scary thing is that the person that the life took were both 18 years old, bandits. So close to the actual age. Naruto used the best he could to help mentor them through the prey in the process of killing them. Sasuke had it a bit better. Shikamaru and Choji had weak stomachs, but Naruto was actually fine, thanks to his teachings from Ghost and Kurama. But Naruto couldn't help but get angry when he sees what the bandits were doing. Not only were the merchants we have rescued, but also a group of 60 women and children. And when they learned from the bandit leader that was captured that he was hired by Gato as one of the forces of Gato, you could see a little bit of blood dropping from Naruto's palm as he was holding his fist in anger. Okay. Now, flash forward to the actual C-rank mission of Land of Waves. Everything happens the same, except Tora doesn't attack Team 7. Well, attacks everyone else, but pretty much just loves Naruto because Naruto has the cat contract. And Naruto corrects the Daimyo's wife on how to handle Tora, and Tora's very grateful for Naruto. But Tora will run away on occasion for other getting teams to get used to their teamwork and that stuff, but she will always try to hide always allowed to hide at Naruto's place, because the other getting teams don't like him that much. Anyway, Naruto says, Hokage, Lord Hokage, are we going to get another C rank mission after doing another 24 D ranks? And Hokage says, I will admit, those missions that you D ranks missions should be technically E rank missions if I'm being honest. But we have a C rank mission ready for you. This mission will take you to the Land of Waves, and you have to escort a bridge builder to his nation to help build the bridge. Fair warning, recent reports say that this village has been crawling with bandits lately, so be on your toes. Hiruzen calls in Tazuna. Tazuna reacts the same as in canon, but Naruto doesn't take to his bait, but Sakura does. Anyway, they go leave, and to Land of Waves, I never knew exactly how long it took from the leave to Land of Waves, to the part where you have to take a boat to Land of Waves, but I want to say it would take a good 2 to 3 days on foot. Since they're traveling at a civilian pace, it would be 1 day if they were ninja. Or no, not 1 day, more like 7 hours if they were traveling ninja speed. But by foot it would be 2 to 3 days. So during the night, Naruto's up on watch, and all of a sudden Ghost appears for him and says, Naruto, this might be a good time to tell you. Naruto raises says, tell me what, sensei? Naruto, the reason why I took you for training for so long was because I recently came into information about a terrorist group known as the Akatsuki. Ski. And of course, Sasuke actually is a little bit open. He's listening to this, but he's putting this information in his mind. And Kakashi is seeing the Akatsuki for the first time, but he doesn't know where they are. But he's too far away to hear like the whole conversation. And Naruto asks, "So, they're after the tail beast after Ghost get done explaining the basics?" "Yes. But what worries me is the fact of how they're doing it. From what I understand, and they go in pairs of 2. And whichever ninja village is former, that the ninja would basically take on the tail beast and extract it. If anything's true to reports, it seems that the mad bomber known as Deidara will be after the one-tailed Jinchuriki in 3 years. I only know the fact that who would go after the 1, 2, and unfortunately 9-tails Jinchuriki," he stated. Because I know Sasuke's listening in, but Naruto doesn't, so Naruto understands like that stuff. And Naruto says, "Who are they?" "From all reports, it appears that at the Immortal Dodo, Hirion and Kakuzu are going after the Nebi in 3 years, but the one he's supposed to go after, the 9-tails, well, it's our favorite rogue Uchiha." Sasuke realizes that Itachi's after him in the Jinchuriki. After that, he goes back to bed, and Ghost says, "Get some sleep. I'll keep watch for the rest of the night." Naruto does, and Ghost looks at the moon and says, "It was so much easier years ago with all this height stuff." And all of a sudden, Ghost hears a faint snap in the forest, quickly makes a clone to keep an eye on him in the camp, goes into it, and you see a man wearing a red cloak. Ghost says, "Ah, Spectre. I wasn't expecting to see you here." Spectre says, "No, I see you, Ghost. So, tell me, when are you finally going to finish our duel?" Ghost said, "Let me guess. You're going to be involved in the tuning exams?" Ghost looks at Spectre. Spectre says, "Haha, you know me too well, old friend." And just as Spectre's about to leave, Ghost said, "Spectre, watch your 6. I have a feeling the Akatsuki aren't just after the tail beast, they're also after the spirit guardians of the clan, of the ninja clans." Spectre raises an eyebrow and say, "Why do you say that?" And basically, Ghost said, "For one, the hiding a spirit Earth guardian has been missing. It's been missing since the death of the last clan head, the White Fang of the Leaf." And Spectre raises an eyebrow and says, "Aye, that is a problem. Very well, I shall go see it." And as Spectre turns around and disappears, we see the symbol on his back, the Uchiha clan symbol. Now, next couple of days happen just like in canon. The Demon Brothers, but Naruto was able to take them down easily. They learn by the Gato, all that stuff. They take the boat to land of waves, and just as they got off the boat, to go into the forest, but before they could go in, it was nighttime, so they had to wait. And Naruto had a bad feeling, so he bite his thumb, and goes, "Summoning Jutsu, K9." And all of a sudden, you see a bone-crushing dog pop up. Naruto quickly takes out a scroll and starts writing it rapidly. He puts the scroll up, gives the scroll to the ninja, to the bone-crushing dog. Dog nods and starts running straight to the direction of Hidden Leaf, running across the water. Next day, we get to an interesting thing. Basically, the whole interaction with Zabuza happens the same, the encounter, but just before the fight started, but all of a sudden you hear next to Zabuza saying, "Zabuza, sir, I take it you have been having problems." And Zabuza looks to his left and sees 2 figures wearing cloaks. Folks, all of a sudden goes tenses because he recognized those 2. And Naruto says, "Who are you 2? They take out the cloaks and says, "I should introduce myself. My name is Sub-Zero, and this is my brother, Scorpion. Prepare to face us, Genin." Kakashi switched us because he knows that these ninja are not to be messed around with, but he doesn't understand why they're here. And and just as they're about to fight, all of a sudden, you hear, burning ash. You see ash just basically cover where the brothers are, and like you hear a click, but they dodge the explosion though on the water, and all of a sudden you see Team 10, and there as well as reinforcements, and Sub-Zero says, "Let the battle commence." And with that, ending the video here, guys. Hope you all like this part, and I hope you guys will stay tuned for the next episodes. Also, again, I apologize if I'm not able to upload more often, but school is coming to a close, and I need to focus more on school the last weeks. Anyway, peace out, my knights, and remember, may the Force be with you always.